Hello. This is my favorite S&P topic. The topic is visual attention. Why this is my favorite topic? Visual attention is my favorite topic in S&P because visual attention focuses on our personal observations. This could be different from every person. Every person's visual observations could be different. That is why I found this topic so interesting, because not every personal observation is going to be exactly the same. It is going to vary from person to person. Next slide is paying attention to some things while ignoring others. This kind of relates to visual attention. And I pulled some quotes from the textbook. In chapter 6 of our textbook, it states, "There is also another reason for paying attention to some things and ignoring others. Your perceptual system has a limited capacity for processing information." It also states in chapter 6 of our textbooks, "Thus, to prevent overloading the system and therefore not processing anything well, the visual system, in James's words, withdraws from some things in order to deal effectively with others." Paying attention to some things while ignoring others continued. This is just a continuation of the last slide. This is why I think it's interesting. I think this is interesting because our visual attention only pays attention to certain things and ignores other things because our perceptual system has limited capacity for processing information. To me, what makes this interesting is that it withdraws from some things in order to deal more effectively with other certain things. This is overt attention and covert attention. Overt attention occurs when you are moving your eyes from one place to another to focus on a particular object or location. Covert attention occurs when you shift your attention without moving your eyes, as this might occur when you are looking at a person you are talking to, but are keeping track of another person off to the side. This is why I think it is interesting, is because when we were going over this chapter originally, I did not realize that there were so many different ways we could pay attention to certain objects, a particular location, or paying attention to multiple things at once. This is the cocktail party effect. This also relates to visual attention. I pulled a quote / experiment out of the textbook that I thought was interesting. It says, "Cherry found that although participants could easily shadow a spoken message presented to the attended ear, and they could report whether the unintended message was male or female, they couldn't report what was being said in the unattended ear." Pulled another quote out of the textbooks. It says, Neville Morway showed that participants were unaware of a word that had been repeated 35 times in the unattended ear. The cocktail party effect definition is the ability to focus on one stimuli while filtering out another stimuli is called the cocktail party effect, because at noisy parties, people are able to focus on what one person is saying, even though there are so many conversations happening at one time. This is why I think the cocktail party effect is interesting and how it relates to visual attention. I think the cocktail party effect is interesting because participants could not easily shadow a message that was being said in the unattended ear, and that the dichotic listening experiments confirmed that people are unaware of information being presented to the unattended ear. This is my closing slide. This topic is my favorite S&P topic because of all the complexities that are involved with visual attention and how covert attention, overt attention, and selective attention are all different, and some of the similarities that they share. It is also my favorite topic because every person's visual attention is different, the way that they perceive things. We all pay attention to different things, and our visual attention pays attention to certain things and how that is different from person to person because of what we pay close attention to and how we block out things that are unimportant to us.